Look at a lesson from TILI KANNADA grade 5. The name of this lesson is SHRAVANAKUMAARA. So this is the story of SHRAVANAKUMAARA. Let's look at the lesson. ಕಾಡು ಸುತ್ತಲೂ ಗಿಡ ಮರ ಬಳ್ಳಿ ಅದರ ನಡುವೆ ಒಂದು ಪುಟ್ಟ ಕುಟೀರ. So ಕಾಡು means forest, ಸುತ್ತಲೂ is around, ಗಿಡ ಮರ ಬಳ್ಳಿ. ಗಿಡ is plant, mara is tree and ಬಳ್ಳಿ is creeper. ನಡುವೆ in between or in the middle. Putta kutira, small hut. So there was a forest which had all around it there were only plants, trees and creepers, and in the middle of the forest there was a small hut. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಾಂಡವ ಋಷಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಪತ್ನಿಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ವಾಸವಾಗಿದ್ದರು. So patni is wife, vasa is live. So a rishi called as Tandava Rishi was living there along with his wife. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬನೇ ಮಗ and they had only one son. ಮಗ means son. ಅವನ ಹೆಸರು ಶ್ರವಣಕುಮಾರ and the name of that son was ಶ್ರವಣಕುಮಾರ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮುಪ್ಪು ಆವರಿಸಿತು means both of them had become old. ಮುಪ್ಪು means old age. The rishi and his wife had become old. ಪುಣ್ಯಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ತೀರ್ಥ ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಎಂದು ಅವರು ಚಡಪಡಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. Punya Kshetra means holy places. They wanted to visit holy places and take a holy dip in the rivers, holy rivers. Dip, asnana means a bath, but here it means to take a holy dip in the river. And they were eager and very anxious to do it. ಆದರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕಣ್ಣು ಕಾಣುತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಕಣ್ಣು means eyes, ಕಾಣುತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ is cannot see. They could not see. That means they both were blind. ಶ್ರವಣಕುಮಾರನಿಗೆ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಪಾರ ಪ್ರೀತಿ and ಶ್ರವಣಕುಮಾರ he loved his parents a lot. ಶ್ರವಣಕುಮಾರ ಅವರ ಆಸೆಯನ್ನು ಅರಿತನು. Now ಶ್ರವಣಕುಮಾರ came to know their wish. He knew what they wished for. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೇಗಾದರೂ ಮಾಡಿ ತೀರ್ಥಯಾತ್ರೆ ಮಾಡಿಸಬೇಕೆಂದು ಯೋಚಿಸತೊಡಗಿದ. ತೀರ್ಥಯಾತ್ರೆ means pilgrimage, a trip to holy places. ಯೋಚಿಸತೊಡಗಿದ means started to think. So he understood what his parents' wish was, what they were very anxious to do, and he decided that he started to think, I have to fulfill their wish, I have to take them on the pilgrimage. ಈ ಮುದುಕರನ್ನು ಕಾವಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಳ್ಳಿರಿಸಿ ಕರೆದೊಯ್ಯುವ ಉಪಾಯ ಹೊಳೆಯಿತು. But what was the problem? They were blind, right? So it was very difficult to take them by walk. So he was thinking what to do. So he got an idea to take them on a kavadi. What is kavadi? So here you can see there is a long cane on his shoulder, a long thick stick on his shoulder, and then the basket is tied on either sides. This is called as kavadi. Okay? This long stick with the baskets on either sides, that is called as kavadi. So he decided, he got an idea that he can take them on a kavadi. Okay, ಕುಳ್ಳಿರಿಸಿ ಕರೆದೊಯ್ಯುವ ಉಪಾಯ ಹೊಳೆಯಿತು. So he got this idea. ಉದ್ದನೆಯ ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಬಿದಿರು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ. ಬಿದಿರು means cane. He took a long strong cane. ಎರಡು ಬದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಕ್ಕಡಿಯಂತೆ ಬುಟ್ಟಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟಿದ. ಎರಡು ಬದಿ means on both sides, on either sides, like a weighing scale. He tied two baskets. ಅದೇ ಕಾವಡಿ. That is only called as ಕಾವಡಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡಿಸಿದ. So he made his father and mother sit in those two baskets which were tied on the either sides. ಕಾವಡಿಯನ್ನು ಹೆಗಲ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೊತ್ತು ನಿಂತ. ಹೆಗಲು shoulder. So he lifted that ಕಾವಡಿ on his shoulder. ಅವರ ಆಸೆ ಪೂರೈಸಲು ಹೊರಟೇ ಬಿಟ್ಟನು. And finally to fulfill his parents' wish, he set out. Now ಮಾರ್ಗ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹಣ್ಣುಗಳನ್ನು ತಂದು ಕೊಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದ. ಮಾರ್ಗ is way, ಮಧ್ಯ in between or on the way. Whenever they felt hungry, he would get them fruits. ಬಾಯಾರಿದರೆ ನೀರನ್ನು ತರುತ್ತಿದ್ದ. ಆಯಾಸವರಿತು ವಿಶ್ರಮಿಸಲು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದನು. If they felt thirsty, he would get them water, and if they were feeling tired, he would make arrangements for them to take rest. ಹೀಗೆ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಯರನ್ನು ಹೊತ್ತು ನಡೆಯುತ್ತಲೇ ಇದ್ದ. So like this he kept walking and lifting his parents. ಅನೇಕ ಕಾಡು ಗುಡ್ಡ ನದಿಗಳು ದಾಟುತ್ತಾ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳಿಗೆ ಕೊರೆದೊಯ್ದನು. ಅನೇಕ ಇಸ್ ಮೆನಿ, ಕಾಡು ಇಸ್ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್, ಗುಡ್ಡ ಇಸ್ ಹಿಲ್, ನದಿಗಳು ಇಸ್ ರಿವರ್ಸ್, ದಾಟು ಇಸ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್. So like this he crossed a lot of forests, hills, rivers, and he started to take them on the pilgrimage. ಅವನ ಹೆತ್ತವರು ಇಂತಹ ಮಗನನ್ನು ಪಡೆದುದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಭಿಮಾನ ಪಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. And his parents were feeling so proud that we have such a great son, such a good son. Then ಒಂದು ದಿನ ದಟ್ಟ ಕಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತಿದ್ದನು. So one day he was walking in a thick forest. ಮಗು, ಹತ್ತಿರದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿಯಾದರೂ ನೀರಿದೆಯಾ ನೋಡು ಎಂದು ತಂದೆ ಹೇಳಿದರು. So ತಂದೆ's father, ಹತ್ತಿರದಲ್ಲಿ is nearby. So the father told him or asked him, can you see water anywhere nearby? ಶ್ರವಣಕುಮಾರ ಕಾವಡಿಯನ್ನು ಇಳಿಸಿದನು. So he kept that kavadi down and ವಿಶ್ರಮಿಸಲು ಕೇಳಿಕೊಂಡನು. And he told his parents to take rest. ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ತತ್ರಾಣಿಯನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿದು ನೀರನ್ನು ಅರಸುತ್ತಾ ಹೊರಟನು. ತತ್ರಾಣಿ is a small pot with which you can fill water. And Arasu is he went searching for water. ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿ ಸರೋವರ ಕಾಣಿಸಿತು. So at a distance, far away at a distance, he could see a lake. ಅತ್ತ ಕಡೆಗೆ ದಾಪುಗಾಲು ಹಾಕಿದನು. And he put long steps and walked towards that lake. ತತ್ರಾಣಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರು ತುಂಬಲು ಮುಂದಾದನು. And then he wanted to fill the pot with water. ನೀರು ಬುಳು 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 ಶಬ್ದ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ತುಂಬತೊಡಗಿತು. So the water started to fill in the pot and it started to make a noise. ಇತ್ತ ಅಯೋಧ್ಯ ಮಹಾರಾಜ ದಶರಥ ಕಾಡಿಗೆ ಬೇಟೆಗಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದನು. So this was happening on one side of the forest. On another side of the forest, the king, Dasharatha, king of Ayodhya, Dasharatha had come to the forest for hunting. ಪ್ರಶಾಂತ ಪರಿಸರದಲ್ಲಿ ಬುಳುಬುಳು ಶಬ್ದ ಕೇಳಿದ. And in a very calm surrounding, he heard this filling of water, the sound of filling of water, bulu bulu sound he heard. ದಿಕ್ಕನೆ ಎದ್ದು ನಿಂತ. And suddenly he got up and stood. ಯಾವುದೋ ಕಾಡು ಪ್ರಾಣಿ ನೀರು ಕುಡಿಯುವ ಶಬ್ದವೆಂದು ಭಾವಿಸಿದನು. So on hearing this sound of water getting filled the pot, Dasharatha thought that it must be a wild animal drinking water. He assumed that it should be a wild animal drinking water. ಕೂಡಲೇ ಶಬ್ದವೇದಿ ಬಾಣವನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟನು. And so he immediately released an arrow called as ಶಬ್ದವೇದಿ. ತಕ್ಷಣವೇ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಅಮ್ಮ ನಾನು ಸತ್ತೆ ಎನ್ನುವ ಚೀತ್ಕಾರ ಕೇಳಿ ಬಂತು. So as soon as he released that arrow, he heard somebody screaming very loudly. Oh, like screaming for help. Oh, I am hurt, I am dead, like that. ಏನು ಅನರ್ಥವಾಯಿತು ಎಂದು ದಶರಥ ರಾಜನು ಗಾಬರಿಗೊಂಡನು. So Dasharatha now came to know it is a mishap. What he did was wrong. Okay, some accident has happened and he feared what can that be. ಬಾಣ ಬಿಟ್ಟ ದಿಕ್ಕಿನ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಓಡಿದನು. So he started running in the direction where he left his arrow. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮುನಿಕುಮಾರನೊಬ್ಬ ರಕ್ತದ ಮಡುವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿದ್ದು ವಿಲವಿಲನೆ ಒದ್ದಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದನು. So there he could see a boy. Munikumara means a sage, a rishi. Okay, so he saw a young rishi who was lying in a pool of blood and he was struggling. ಬಾಣ ಮುನಿಕುಮಾರನ ಎದೆಯನ್ನು ಸೀಳಿತ್ತು. So the arrow had gone and split his heart. ಅದನ್ನು ಕಂಡು ರಾಜನಿಗೆ ದಿಕ್ಕೇ ತೋಚದಂತಾಯಿತು. Looking at this, the king was confused and he did not know what to do. ಮಹಾರಾಜನು ಆ ಮುನಿಕುಮಾರನ ಬಳಿ ಓಡಿ ಬಂದನು. So he came running to Shravanakumara. ತಾನು ಕಾಡು ಪ್ರಾಣಿ ಎಂದು ಭಾವಿಸಿ ಬಾಣ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ತಪ್ಪಾಯಿತು, ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಬೇಕೆಂದು ಗೋಗರೆದ. Then he said, I mistook you for a wild animal and I hit my arrow. I am so sorry. Please forgive me. He pleaded that boy. ಆಗ ಶ್ರವಣಕುಮಾರ, ನನ್ನ ಮುಪ್ಪಿನ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನಾರು ಗತಿ, ಅವರ ತೀರ್ಥಯಾತ್ರೆಯನ್ನು ಇನ್ನಾರು ನಡೆಸಿಕೊಡುವರು. But Shravanakumara was only worried about his parents. So ನನ್ನ ಮುಪ್ಪಿನ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನಾರು ಗತಿ means now what is going to be the state of my parents? ಅವರ ತೀರ್ಥಯಾತ್ರೆಯನ್ನು ಇನ್ನಾರು ನಡೆಸಿಕೊಡುವರು. Who will take them on the pilgrimage now? ಯಾವ ತಪ್ಪಿಗೆ ನನಗೀ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ಎಂದು ರೋಧಿಸಿದನು. And tappu is mistake and shiksha is punishment. So he expressed his grief. Rodhisu means to express his grief. He was so much grieving because he was the only support for his parents, and now he is also going to die because the arrow had split his heart. So he is thinking what to do, and he is also feeling sad. What mistake did I do for which I am getting a punishment like this? He is expressing his grief. ದಶರಥನಿಗೆ ತನ್ನ ತಪ್ಪಿನ ಅರಿವಾಯಿತು. ದಶರಥ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್. ತನ್ನಿಂದಾಗಿ ವಯಸ್ಸಾದ ಜೀವಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಬಂತಲ್ಲ ಎಂದು ದುಃಖಿಸಿದನು. ವಯಸ್ಸಾದ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಏಜ್ಡ್. ಸೊ he realized because of me the aged people, they have to go through so much of difficulties. He felt very sad. He was filled with sorrow. ಆಗ ಶ್ರವಣಕುಮಾರ ದಶರಥ ಮಹಾರಾಜನನ್ನು ಸಮಾಧಾನಪಡಿಸಿ ತನ್ನ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗಳ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯನ್ನು ವಿವರಿಸಿದನು. ಸೊ ಶ್ರವಣಕುಮಾರ and then he explained ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ's condition and vivarisu is explained. He explained the condition of his parents to Dasharatha. What was the problem with his parents? First is they were old, then they were also blind, and their only wish was to go on a pilgrimage. So Shravanakumara explains all this to Dasharatha. ಮಹಾರಾಜನು ಅವರ ಆಸೆಯನ್ನು ಪೂರೈಸುವುದಾಗಿ ಭರವಸೆ ನೀಡಿದನು. Then Dasharatha finally promises, bharavase is to promise. He promises Shravanakumara that he will fulfill his parents' wishes. ತನ್ನ ಹೆತ್ತವರ ಆಸೆಯನ್ನು ಪೂರೈಸುವಂತೆ ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾ ಆ ತರುಣ ಪ್ರಾಣ ಬಿಟ್ಟನು. So he kept telling, please fulfill my parents' wish, and that youth died.